Hey guys, it's SoFlo Josh, and over here at South Dade Kia to film this 2025 Kia Carnival SX Prestige package for y'all. With that being said, let's go ahead and get out to the exterior and let's check out this model. Now I want to give a huge shout out to South Dade Kia for allowing me to film this vehicle. If you guys are interested in purchasing any Kia whatsoever, make sure to go ahead and contact Angel V. He'll be able to assist you. So this is the first time I've ever reviewed a minivan on the channel, and honestly I'm really excited for this because this vehicle is the SX Prestige package, and the SX Prestige package gives you all of the luxury amenities in a minivan, which is quite surprising. Actually, it's probably the most luxurious minivan on the market right now, at least in the United States. We're not talking about Japan, the United States. So let's go ahead and talk about the overall styling. So up here in the front, as you can see, we do have the full DRL lighting over here in the front, which mimics that of all the other Kia products that's currently out, the K4, the K5, the Telluride, as well as the EV9, which is really nice. I like the overall design with the amber effect. You got your projector lamps over here that are full LED. These bottom two right here are going to be for your high beam assist, and then down here we do have full LED fog lights. So getting over here up in the front, this is the front grille design. As you can see, it has that nice diamond kind of squared off finish up at the top. It looks really good. You got your 360 degrees camera right there, and if you notice something, this right here is full gloss black, while this bottom portion right here is a satin gray finish. And to be honest with you, it's very clever how Kia has done it. So they mimic the design trim that's on the headlight unit over here in the middle section to make it seem like it's one whole cohesive piece, which is very, very nice. Dropping it over here, as you can see, we have somewhat of that same satin gray finish, and you got some body cladding with your safety sense features right there in the middle. This does come with the full sweep of safety sense. That is a standard feature no matter what trim level you get. Over here off to the side, as you can see, we do have 19-inch wheels over here with a gloss black design. It does have somewhat of a directional design to it, but at the same time it kind of doesn't. Whenever it's in motion it looks directional, but whenever it's standing still it's not so much directional. But with the way they shaped it, kind of makes it look like that. They are wrapped around in that continental cross contacts, which is great. And then going over here to the side profile, as you can see, it is a very large minivan. You have that nice body line that carries on for the front fender all the way to the side of the back. And then over here at the rear section, as you can see, full LED tail lights. So you have your brake lights. You also get LED tail lights right here whenever you do brake. So at night they're going to be completely on. Those are your DRLs. And then over here at the bottom you do have a turn signal, which is quite nice. You got your parking sensors, Kia badge right there. And then right here you do have your rear view mirror camera system, which is a great feature all in all to have, especially because this car does come with a third row. And now speaking of the third row, as you can see right now I don't have it up, but when you have it down, look how much space you get over here in the back. You could fit a large 70-inch TV back here, even with the second row seats up, which is quite amazing. You know, usually you don't really hear that, but this is a minivan, so it is to be expected. We got a 12-volt right here off to the back, another AC outlet right there, which is really good for camping. Then over here we have some cubby space, so if you want to put maybe some baby wipes right there or a first aid kit, you can go ahead and do that straight off the bat. Now let me show you how these third row seats actually latch into place. So as you see, you grab right here, you fold it up, let it get into space right there, and then you fold this back, you pull this panel back. Do the same thing for this side, completely lock in right there in space, and then you do the same exact thing. Now they can lean back, or you can also tilt it a little bit forward so they're sitting a little bit more upright. Now what that does is, look how much depth you get into this rear area right here in the cargo space. It is huge. Now this is going to be great for having a baby stroller and also putting luggages. So if you're going on a long road trip, you can go ahead and do that. You can add actually both, which is fantastic. And as you can see, putting that in there is actually going to be really nice. So overall you have a ton of space back here, and you still get that same power tailgate. Now one interesting design effect that we have over here on the C pillar right here, which is this nice topographic design. I really love this overall design. It's finished in that same satin gray that we saw in the grille area. Now opening over here, as you see, it is a power rear door, which is to be expected from a minivan. And in the interior, we have this nice Tuscan brown design to it. As you can see, very nice perforation over here in the rear seat area. Got a nice headrest, it's very soft, and even this lower section is soft too. Now you can fold this seat completely flat like that, or if you bring it back up, you can actually fold it forward and slide it forward as well, which now this is a really good thing, and the reason why is because if you put a baby seat here, you can actually do that. Now getting into the rear section, as you see, there is a grab handle over here to the side, and getting into the rear, actually quite easy. Now of course you do have to kind of slide this forward a little bit. It's a little tough sometimes, you know. So getting into the rear occupant area. Now sitting back here, I'm actually sitting up pretty high up, and I'm actually hitting my head against the top part of the roof. So somebody who's 6 foot tall will not feel comfortable in this back seat area, but somebody who's like 5'5", or even the kids, will sit back here comfortably. As you can see, you have a nice little bottle holder right here, some area for your snacks, and some other stuff as well. USB type C, and even the third row gets sunshades back here, or peasant shades like some people like to call it. We got a speaker system right there, and then you have your actual third seat belt right there as well, which is very nice. We got air vents up at the top over here in the back, and full LED lights as well. So overall it feels good. The seats feel very plush, especially the side sections, not so much the middle section. So somebody who's sitting here is gonna have a really bad back if they're gonna sit down here in the middle, but overall feels pretty good. Let's go ahead and get out, and let's get into the second row. So yeah, I would totally recommend for somebody who is, you know, shorter or not as tall to sit back there, but overall it feels really good. The seats feel very cushioned and soft. So getting back here into the rear second row, as you can see, we got a large 14-inch touchscreen display that has Netflix, YouTube, and other stuff that you can go ahead and control there. It's on both sides, so that means that nobody's gonna have to fight over who's gonna be getting the touchscreen or the screen all in all, which is a great thing. I'm really happy to see. And as you can see, it does tilt up and down, so that means that the kids can put it to the desirable height or anything like that. We do have some hotkeys over here for the power button, volume control, and the mute button. And over off to the side, we do have a USB and a HDMI cable. We also get that over here on this side, same exact thing on that end. But all in all, back seat room space feels great. You know, you have a lot of leg room space, which is to be expected. Even if we were to slide this forward, for example, and lock it in place there, I still have a lot of leg room space, even the side area. So one interesting thing is that you do have a little armrest there, so you can put your arm there and you can rest it. So if you were going on a long road trip, the kids are going to be able to sleep comfortably back here. And that's why I said this is like a very luxurious minivan. You know, the kids are going to enjoy it, you're going to enjoy it, and you would expect to be enjoying a vehicle like this, especially as an adult, because you're taking your kids on long road trips. As you saw right there, this middle row section right here can actually be put down. You do have 2 cup holders with 2 phone holders as well, so that means it's going to be great for the back room space right there. They need to put drinks, and you have this huge little section right here. What I would recommend is play Uno or something else like that, maybe checkers or other stuff. That would be great. You also have a little section right here that you could pull on, and then what that does is that this whole entire middle section actually lifts up, and you could take it out of the car. You could put it into that little big pocket area. So that's a really nice feature that Kia actually offers all in all. But let's go ahead and continue talking about the second row area. As you can see, you can tilt these back. Let me go ahead and show you really quick that I can tilt it a little bit more forward to sit upright. So if you want to be sitting upright rather than leaning all the way back, that's also a given. You can do that. We got 2 more cup holders here, a phone holder right here, AC outlet right here as well, a 12 volt, and then we have more cubby space down there. You do have a USB and another USB type C with some map pockets on either end with coat hooks too. That's pretty nice. I like that. So that's another great thing. Now another great thing is we do have a moonroof in here, so you can open this up and it will add a lot of sunlight into the rear occupant area, and you can go even farther back. So that means that people who are sitting back here, you can see the sun kind of hits it halfway. That's a really great thing. I love this feature. A lot of minivans don't actually do that. What they'll do is that they'll offer 2 kind of you know, shade designs and stuff like that, and they won't have it open up, which to be given, I honestly like that. So getting over here to the front section, soft padding up at the top. You got your door handle, same satin finish gray that we saw on the exterior. You got your presets for your power seats, window switch gears, and you even have a power folding side mirrors for this trim level, which is really nice. Soft leather, I gotta say. Very nice seats all in general. Even this interior combo with this blue exterior just really matches. It's the perfect combination in my opinion. As you see, we have power seats, forward, back, and you can even lower it even more down, which is great. You got your lumbar control all around, 4-way. Getting into the interior, we have 2 large 12.3-inch touchscreens. Well, one's a touchscreen, one's a digital gauge cluster. This is actually great. I love this design element that they've done where they have one full piece and it's actually a little bit curved, so it's not fully flat and, you know, pushed up against the back. It's actually curved to the design of it. This has over-the-air updates, so that's going to be great for whenever you need to update it. You can go ahead and do that from the get-go instead of having to go to your dealership and have them doing those updates, which is a fantastic thing. This does come with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but you can of course use wired as well for those functionalities. But this does come with the navigation system, so as you can see right there, we do have the navigation system. Personally, I prefer using Apple CarPlay more so than the one that's given from the automaker. And then over here you got your digital gauge cluster. All in all, you have your tachs right there, your engine heat and cooling. You got your fuel gauge as well. Over here off to the side, we got your windshield wiper fluid as well as your wiper blades, and then you have the control for your lighting off to the side. Steering wheel looks really nice. It feels very premium. Nice stitching all across the top and the very bottom with a little bit of gloss black. Now you have that same exact T-shape shifter that we expect from every other Kia product that has right now. As you can see, it's very straightforward, straight down, and then off to the side to go ahead and put it into the manual mode. You do have drive modes in this vehicle, so you can change it from eco, normal, sport, and smart, which will dictate exactly what it needs to be optimizing and putting as much power. Like I mentioned, outside we do have that rear view camera system, so if you flick this up, you have the regular view. You flick this down, it will give you the full-on camera system, which is very nice. Emergency parking brake, auto hold, and then we have a heated and ventilated seats right here for this trim level. Here's steering wheel, you got your parking sensors, and then you have your 360 degrees view camera system right there. As you can see, it does have 360 degrees camera. It does come with trajectory. You can show the backside. As you see, very high quality, very snappy. It's not laggy whatsoever, which is a great thing. And then you have this other external view where you could see the full sweep of camera system around you, so you could see exactly what's going on whenever you are parking a car, which is a very nice feature. Heated, ventilated for the passenger side as well. 2 large cup holders that can fit a 32-ounce bottle of water. Got your charging pad right there, the Qi wireless charging, and then another area to put your phone. You got 2 USB Type-Cs. Now the USB Type-C can be controlled, so if you want it just for charging, you can do that, or if you want it for media plus charging, you can go ahead and do that. Remember how I told you could do wireless wired Apple CarPlay? Well, that's exactly how you do it. You got your Qi wireless charging indentation right here to let you know exactly whenever your phone is fully charged, and then you have a 12 volt right there, which is really nice. Getting over here to the middle section, you can see large space, a lot of cubby space, so you can put your snacks or knickknacks. And then opening here, as you see, a lot of space as well in there, which is another great thing. Very nice vent design. You have that same exact gray finish for the trim level. We got a nice leatherette kind of style finish for the dash with faux stitching, and you do get the heads-up display for this vehicle. Overall visibility looks fantastic. I like the overall outside view with the greenhouse and such. You do have a moonroof up in the front, and then you have all your hotkeys to open up the side doors right there. So let's say, for example, you have kids, they need to go to the bathroom really quick when you're at a rest stop. Boom, right there. You don't have to get out of the vehicle whatsoever, which is a great function. Or you have dogs that need to just run out, they could go ahead and do that. You can also switch off the power door. So that means that if you have kids back here and they're continuously wanting to go ahead and press on that handle, guess what? They cannot do that. There's also rear locking child doors. But let's go ahead and get underneath the hood and let's check out what lies under the Carnival minivan. So powering this model is a naturally aspirated 3.5 liter V6. Now this one produces 287 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque straight through an 8-speed automatic transmission to power either the front wheels only, or if you get the all-wheel drive version, it will power the rear wheels as well. You can get this vehicle in a hybrid system, but I know some people like to have a V6 underneath the hood. Me primarily, I like the idea of a V6. The hybrid system is actually pretty good. It makes a little bit less horsepower, but it does make more torque than this V6. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take this puppy out for a drive. All right, so now we're back over here on the main road. Let's go ahead and put it into drive, which is very straightforward. And let's take it to South Dixie and let's see how this puppy drives. So like I said, this vehicle is powered by a naturally aspirated 3.5 liter V6. Now it is all linked up to a 8-speed automatic transmission compared to that of what we find in the hybrid power plan. That hybrid power plan is actually mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission, which there's nothing wrong with a 6-speed automatic transmission. Just in today's age, a 6-speed automatic transmission for me personally does not make a ton of sense. And plus, this is a V6. This is exactly what you want to have to lug around a family that you have in here, plus the amount of stuff that you're going to be putting in here on long road trips. That's what you want to have with this vehicle. All right, so going on to South Dixie, let's go ahead and put it into sport mode really quick, and let's get around this UPS. Yep, it really does pick up and go. And the best part is that when you do put it into the sport mode, what it does is it optimizes that engine and the transmission to cater to a more sportier driving feel. Now, one benefit to that is going onto on-ramps. Whenever you're getting onto the highway or even the turnpike, that's going to be a great functionality. If you need to overtake somebody who's taking their sweet time, and we all know there's going to be people out there who are on the left lane, which is the passing lane, they're going to go ahead and block you off. Now that's going to actually help you out so much in the daily routine. With a hybrid system, I feel there's going to be a lack of that. Now I know that that engine is a turbocharged 1.6 liter 4-cylinder, but you want to have a V6 under the hood whenever it comes to a minivan. Let me tell you something. Also, another thing that I noticed right off the bat, the suspension for this car feels great. It's actually buttery smooth. You feel very, very comfortable whenever you're driving. It's not harsh whatsoever. Now, of course, I'm going over some speed, some little bumps over here. Now, we don't have a lot of potholes like they do up there in the northern area, like Michigan or Chicago, with all the snow they get over there. But you know, there is some kind of bumps over here, and all in all, it feels really, really good. Overall insulation on this vehicle, since this is the SX Prestige, there is added insulation not only underneath the hood but also around the cabin to make it even more quieter for whenever you're driving your family around. So that's an added benefit if you are looking to get higher trims, or even this vehicle in general. Now mind you, this vehicle does come in at $55,000, which I know it's a lot for a minivan, but hey, let me be honest with you, that V6 is worth it. The amenities you get in this car, if you are in hotter climates like myself right now, I have the ventilated seats going on, even though it is cold a little bit outside. This is a really great functionality to have all in all. You know, it's the amenities that make this car even more comfortable. Your kids are gonna love that 14-inch touchscreen display that we have in the back. It's just a great vehicle to have. And honestly, a person like myself who is, you know, around the 20s, I actually would consider this vehicle as a family car, and I wouldn't have ever said that when it comes to a minivan. I'm not like super huge on minivans. I like more SUVs, but this feels really great. You're sitting up high, you have a lot of visibility outside of each of the windows, even the front window. You can actually pierce through the side window. But in general, this is a really great put together car, and honestly, I think it's a recommendation on my end for somebody who's looking into getting a minivan. So let's go ahead and go back upstairs and let's wrap up this video. All right, so now we're back up here on the 3rd floor. Let's go ahead and shut off the vehicle and let me give you my final impressions. So all in all, I am absolutely impressed with this vehicle. The ride of this vehicle is far greater than what you would expect from a minivan. Now, the other cars that are within this category is of course the Toyota Sienna, also the Chrysler equivalent of the, I believe they're called the Voyager, the Pacifica as well. So there's not a lot of minivans, and also the Honda Odyssey, which the Honda Odyssey also packs that same, you know, 3.5 liter V6 that they have in that component of that vehicle. But honestly, the styling of this looks better than the Honda and the Toyota Sienna as well as the Pacifica. You got a lot of more features in this vehicle compared to the equivalent of those models. All in all, the interior feels a lot better. All this nice different interior colors that you got 2 sunroofs that open up. You have a really practical cargo area whenever it comes to having the seats folded down and everything like that. Like, look at the amount of space that you get back here. That is absolutely insane to me. You know, this, like I said, this is my first time ever doing a minivan, so of course some people might say, oh well, I mean, that's pretty common with the minivans, but once again, like I said, this is my first time. I just think it's a really great product. I think that Kia, you know, nailed it, especially this facelift. The pre-facelift is actually over there, that red one right there, and I did not like it so much compared to what we have here with the, you know, quad beam LED headlights, the same style finish for the DRLs. It just looks a lot cleaner and a lot more cohesive. So would I recommend this? 100%. If you're looking for a vehicle that's going to be able to let your family travel to places, and it's a gas powered one that has a big fuel tank, this is the one to get. Being said, y'all, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.